Hey guys, welcome to, I think this is the sixth week of quarantine. So, but tomorrow is Tuesday, April 28th. And so we are working on Gerald Ford and Jimmy Carter's presidency. I've noticed most of you have turned in your projects, and I've started grading those. Um, I've updated your civil rights photo essay and the bibliography. And I emailed those of you that did not turn in the bibliography yet on Google Forms for the project. You need to do it on the Google form. So I emailed you if I have not received that from you guys yet. Okay. So for tomorrow, there's a couple things you're going to be working on. We're going to be doing the presidency of Gerald Ford. So I've given you a timeline here of important things. You can click on the highlighted stuff, and that'll tell you like what the Helsinki Accords are and what's going on in during this time period. So Ford was president from 1974 till 1976 when Richard Nixon resigned because of Watergate. So we're going to start out with all what's going on here. Um, and interesting thing about President Ford, he was never elected to be president or vice president. He was appointed vice president by Nixon when when Spiro Agnew um, was forced to resign because he was going to jail for tax fraud. And so Gerald Ford became vice president, and then when Nixon resigned, he became president. I do want you to watch this speech, and the speech will help you answer. There's some questions I sent you on Google Form. That's your attendance for tomorrow, is those questions. So you need to you'll use the timeline and watch this video. The video is about 9 minutes. It's the speech where Gerald Ford announces to the country that he's pardoning Richard Nixon for any crimes he may have committed while president. So he pardoned him for anything he may have done wrong. Nixon could have came out and said, "Hey, I shot 5 people, and here's where they're buried," and he could not have gone to trial for that because Ford pardoned him for any crime he may have committed while president of the United States. So, and that made a lot of people angry, and that's probably one of the main reasons Gerald Ford was not reelected in 1976. That and the fact that because of all the problems Nixon had had, basically anybody with a D next to their name was probably going to be elected president in 1976 because Nixon was a Republican and had been buried in scandal. But so you're going to just look at all the timeline here about Gerald Ford, and you will use that to answer the questions about Gerald Ford. Um, and that is your attendance for tomorrow. The other thing I want you guys to do, and this is what we'll be doing on Thursday, is I've shared with you an Ed puzzle. So it's a video on the economic problems of the 70s. So this is Ford and Carter, but all the economic problems. But what this does is, as you're watching it, questions will pop up, and you're actually going to have to answer the questions in order to continue the video. And it will tell me when you watched it, when you turned everything in. So you cannot skip around on all of that. So you're going to have to actually watch the videos and answer the 10 questions at the different timelines as it goes through. This will help also get us ready for Carter on Thursday, because when Jimmy Carter comes in, there's lots of economic issues, stagflation for the first time ever, which is high inflation and high unemployment at the same time. They'll explain that in the video what it is. So this is what your assignment. The video is due for Thursday. This is your homework that's due on Thursday. The Gerald Ford presidency, those questions are your attendance check. It's what needs to be turned in by 5 o'clock tomorrow. So just remember, guys, I'm starting to work on your projects. If you haven't turned it in yet, get that sent in to me as soon as you can, as soon as possible. All right. And then we are going to have a little quiz over Gerald Ford and Carter, their presidency, a little Google form quiz on Tuesday. And then we will move on to Ronald Reagan in the 80s. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope you guys got out and did something nice this weekend when the weather was good on Saturday and Sunday there. I know Sunday I went for a 30-mile bike ride on Sunday. So That was fun to get out, ride the bike for a while. So I hope you guys did something fun. Saturday we went out and walked around Lake Atalanta. It's a nice little walking trail there around the big lake and everything. So hope you guys had a good weekend, and hope to see some of you guys tomorrow. Log into Google Meet, 9:15 to 10:45 if you have any questions, or you can always email me. Hope to see you guys later. Bye.